Hey there, welcome to Rise Up with Janina Chan. I'm Janina, host and content creator, always curious to learn more from life. This podcast is one for the mind, heart, body, and soul as we share stories from real lives that draw inspiration, provide strength, and empower each other to rise up. And I realized after that, okay, if politics is a game that leaders play, I need to learn the rules so that one day the people can win.
As soon as your body adapts, as soon as your body builds a system of habits, it'll get much easier. And the days where you don't feel like doing it, it actually becomes automatic. That's one thing that I've learned.
Hi there, I'm Mish, host of Misconceptions, the podcast that talks about the common struggles of modern day millennials and Gen Zs as we all navigate through college, enter the real world, and build our careers.
Really something that we have to face. And I think that's where growth comes from.
Yes.
Because you start to question yourself and then you start to know yourself more. Diba?
Don't forget to give time for yourself. Kasi that's really the most important thing that you as a person have to.
Ito, I know it's easier said than done, but kailangan natin matutunan how to protect our rest and recovery practices intensely.
Welcome to Daddy Academy, the DIY podcast for dads. This podcast is for longtime dads, working dads, soon-to-be dads, and all the kind of dads who are just eager to hear about each other's stories, learn from each other, and relate to one another.
I think the most memorable struggle that I had was marrying my wife because not the way you think.
Kompletuhin mo yung sentence niya kasi
Yes.
So I was literally teacher, nanny,
gayo.
entertainer, everything you can think of. Everything basically what a mom does. Diba? I was mom.
Hello everyone. A pleasant afternoon to all of you. Welcome once again to the third leg of the power of our voice, making a choice on the road less traveled. My name is Mary Grace Koo from the premier Chinese Filipino lifestyle show, Chinoy TV, Fei Hua Yan Shi Tai. And I will be with you once again this afternoon. How's everybody doing? I hope lahat kayo ay staying safe and sound at the respect of your own homes. Well, if you guys have any shout outs for us this afternoon, feel free to send them right there sa ating chat box. Yes, and once again, this is a webinar series where we explore different ways to use our voices in the traditional and non-traditional media and the opportunities it's presented to Chinoys in hosting, in podcasting, radio, VO, YouTube, TikTok, wherever that is. And this is presented by Chinoy Podcast Network and Chinoy TV in partnership with NBT, Geneto PH, Canva, Fruits in Bloom, Alliance of Filipino Chinese Students, Ateneo Celadon, De La Salle University Management of Financial Institution Association. We also have Rural Club of Chinatown, Manila, St. Jude Catholic School Student Council, University of Santo Tomas Scarlett Central, and University of Santo Tomas Scarlett Accountancy. Hello. Gusto ko muna nga malaman to all our attendees here this afternoon who were present also during the leg 1 and 2. Can I see some comments right there from the chat box? Who's present? Kasi ito na yung last leg natin. Of course, I want to know who were able to attend and join us for the 3 legs, diba? And for the first one, we talk about hosting for events, for TV. The second one, we have talked about podcasting, radio, and also voiceover, right? And for today, we are going to talk about something that we are all familiar with. Kasi naman, pupunta talaga tayo sa YouTube when we talk about looking into videos. And syempre, sino pa ba ang hindi nagte-TikTok ngayon, diba? May you be somebody who's doing those dance steps on TikTok or nanonood ka lang ng mga videos? Ayan, yes, there you go. Thank you for those hands up right there from our friends. We have Faye Barceliano, Michelle, Roslyn, thank you so much for that. And of course, tune in until the very last part of our announcement for the raffle and giveaway winners. All right. And during the first series nga po no September 9, we had a glimpse of what this whole campaign is about. The Power of Our Voice is part of Chinoy TV's hashtag One Chinoy campaign, where it aims to highlight the modern Chinoy who embraces the tradition and adapts to the changes in this modern times. 2021 na nga, diba? And throughout the past few months, Chinoy TV has launched a new face, the new website, New Perspective, which is the Chinese by blood, Filipino by heart. That is a documentary and now a new voice as well. This aims to provide a platform where stories can be heard and of course the importance of our voice. Grabe no, sobrang laki na rin yung naging growth ng show or ng Chinoy TV in general. I actually joined the show in 2011. So that is roughly 10 years ago. And I'm just so happy to be with Chinoy TV still at this very present. But today, we have some of the top Chinoy personalities in social media, particularly on YouTube and TikTok. So in just a while, makikilala niyo sila at makasama natin sila right here on the screen. So with that, please allow me to get started by introducing our speakers or panelists for today. First up, ladies and gentlemen, he is a property portfolio management company. He is the president of Spectrum Investments, a property portfolio management company, using more than 20 years of experience in the investment world. Oy, something I'm also interested with or to learn more about, a decade of which was spent with Ayala Group. He has also delved into the world of education through social media, where he hosts his own podcast that is Daddy Academy. He serves as a coach for passive income and properties, and his responsibility as a father above it all. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Carl D.
Hello. Hello, thank you very much, Mary Grace, for the wonderful introduction. And hello to everybody. I'm from UST. So hello to all the UST. Please go to the chat box and say hi. And I'm also from St. Jude. So hi to all the Judenites out there.
Yes, hello Sir Car, welcome, and we will be with you in just a bit for our panel discussion. Uy, may pa-shout out sa mga Judenites. Ako naman shout out sa mga Cicasians out there, Team Tiongting. Go, go, Tiongting, right? Naku, parang masayang chikahan ito later, ha? Next up, ladies and gentlemen, she is a vlogger who creates content about personal finance, investment, and self-development. She also effectively uses YouTube as a platform to inspire college students on how to handle their expenses to be financially independent. We got Nicole Alba.
Hi, hello. Okay, am I heard? Okay, hi
Yes.
everyone. I'm so excited to be here, no? Thank you for that introduction. Even though like I think I got popular with like finance, I have a lot to learn from like Sir Kyle, like Kyle here. Like there's just so much for me to learn. But yeah, excited to be here. Excited for what I can share about what the things I learned the past year now. Yeah.
Yeah, so welcome Nicole. At mukhang may bread fam tayo. No, nakita ko sa comments.
Nakikita ko nga may tinapay. Yeah, hello, shout out guys to those who watch my videos pala. I'm surprised you guys are here.
Yes! Nako, marami tayong mapapakinggan mula sa kanila today. But we are still not yet over because we still have two more speakers that is joining us today. He is one of the most influential TikToker here in the Philippines. He first rose to fame for posting his daily life anecdotes. He's also a part of the podcast entitled Under the Influence and hosts his online show, Adi Wow. He continues to share his Filipino-Chinese heritage and the challenges and triumphs that come with it through his show. So let's welcome Adi Kotoko.
Hello guys, hello. Thank you for having me here in the show. I'm so excited to learn a lot of things from everyone, especially from Anya Carl, of course. I'm so interested about properties, investments, and such. And sana marami rin kayo matutunan from me. Ayan.
Yes, exciting yan, no? For sure naman, marami tayong makukuha for today's session. And last but definitely not the least, we have an actor, host, content creator former Pinoy Big Brother, 737 housemate, and the CEO of 28 Squared Studios. Right now, he also hosts Your Dose of Inspiration podcast on Spotify, where he puts a spotlight on different Asians across the world, inspiring the new generation of Asians to have the courage to pursue their dreams. Here is Richard Juan.
Hello, hi guys. Wow, thank you guys for having me and thank you for that introduction. I'm super excited. Like what Adi said, no, I'm just happy to be here to learn from everyone, because we all have different interests and different mga parts where magaling tayo. We see Sir Carl na magaling mag property, si Nicole naman sa personal finance, and Adi, of course, being a TikToker. I'm just very happy to be here, and yeah, excited to learn with everyone too and share what I can share.
Welcome, Richard. And yes, definitely this afternoon will be full of insights. And if you guys also have questions for them, feel free to send them in via the chat box or the Q&A function that you're seeing at the bottom of your Zoom screen. So I believe this is a perfect time to have all the speakers right here in our screen. Let's welcome them once again. There you go. Ayan. Oy, ang saya naman yon. We're seeing each other, di ba? Parang kumbaga sa live event, sharing the stage with you guys, but now I'm sharing the screen with all of you. All right, so let's get started. I think we still have a lot of questions to ask you guys. I'll start off with Carl. Ayan. You are popularly known as a property guru. Actually, behind the scenes, hindi pa tayo nagsistart, medyo nagchichikahan na tayo kanina. And you have been sharing a lot of content on Facebook, on YouTube. What was the transition like in deciding that you can share your expertise sa mga platform na ito, and especially lately on TikTok as well?
Good question, Mary Grace. No? It's not easy for somebody like me. Guys, for all the viewers, I'm easily double the age of Nicole and Adi, siguro. But, I just want to inspire everybody na even if you're young, you have something that you can talk about in TikTok. Like me, I always watch the young people. I watch Nicole, Richard, Adi, and I enjoy watching their videos. Sometimes, when you're so busy in this world, so stressed, and you look at their videos and you say, oh, okay, it's refreshing. So, siguro it started with me working. I started Mary Grace working as a delivery boy in Binondo. So that's my roots. Delivery boy, my world was so small. Parang sa Binondo lang. And then eventually I found work with a big company called the Ayala Group. I went to Makati, typically wearing necktie. And then I spent more than almost 15 years with that big company. And I learned a lot and I evolved a lot. So eventually, when you reach a certain point in your life, you realize na, I'm so blessed with having mentors. I got mentored by a lot of tycoons, sila Fernando Zobel, a lot of mga Henry C. Jr., Tony Tan Caktiong. So what I do now is all the learnings I have, I try to share it out in social media. So that's where I started.
Well, it's really nice to see that you found this new platform to share to everybody. Especially, sabi mo nga, you might be on a different generation as some of the people that you want to influence. But for sure, with all these platforms, having TikTok and YouTube, you can reach and tap them. And you will be our ahya, right?
But Mary Grace, the comments are encouraging. When I was starting out sa TikTok, parang feeling mo, may nanonood ba? Do I look awkward? Ganon. Kasi I did not do the dancing part. I went to the learning part. But when the people started commenting, parang nakaka-encourage, and then, you continue to do it. And then people like Richard, Adi, Nicole, they comment and say, oh, Ahya, I'm interested in your topic. So it encourages us to share our experience.
That's right. How about the podcast? Can I just quickly ask about that?
Yeah, so parang dalawa yung category that I talk about. The property part and the investments. But investments is broad. So I focus on the property, the passive income model, which I learned from my mentors. And then I saw an opportunity to talk about being a dad. Kasi parang I see that there's a gap there. There's a space to guide young dads how to navigate through being a dad. Kasi I have 3 daughters now. But when I had my first 2 daughters, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. So I thought of using the podcast as an opportunity to share about being a daddy.
very interesting. Mukhang marami pa tayong to talk about that later on. But let me go to my next question, and this one is for you, Richard. You graduated with a degree in broadcast communication from UP. Did I get that right? Yes. And you entered showbiz through modeling. You also joined BBB, and you did some acting gigs and stints. Did you took up this course thinking that you will be entering this career path?
That's a good question because I love sharing this story. I grew up in a family where my parents have always groomed me to be a businessman. Like a lot of Chinese families here, they want they want their kids to be either businessman, they want them to be lawyers, accountants, or whatever, something stable, kumbaga. And that was originally my path. So I grew up in Hong Kong. I moved to the Philippines just to study in UP also, which is where my dad studied. He studied industrial engineering dun sa UP, and ako naman, when I first came here, HRM yung course ko, because I wanted to do something that's related to business, pero hindi naman business, which is why I got into hotel management. But after one sem or so, parang I was like, you know what, hindi ko to gusto. I'm gonna try something else na parang a skill that I don't have. And during that time, kasi I was still a shy kid. I was someone that's not very outspoken, who doesn't speak a lot. And I decided, you know what, maybe I should try broadcast communication, something that's completely different. Because if I want to do business, I can eventually learn from my dad naman. Do I really need a course in business? Do I really need to do hotel in order to know the management side of things? So I was like, you know what, let me try broadcast communication. And again, keep in mind, this whole time, wala pang tong entertainment. I wasn't modeling. I wasn't doing any of that yet. But because of all these, because of this thing, napasok ako sa broadcast communication. And when I was in broadcast communication, I was very org active. I wasn't even doing anything remotely related to entertainment. But for some reason, hindi ako naging org active. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details of that. Parang nag-quit lang sa org. And I was looking for something to fill up that hole that was gone, because I used to be so org active. I would spend so much time in the org. So now, so much time, ano gagawin ko sa oras na yan? And then I had a friend who actually is Patch Magtanong. I always credit her for this. She is Miss International 2016 or 17 yata, 2017 ba? Or 18 or something like that. Si Patch, yeah. So she was the one that told me, hey, you know what, you should maybe try modeling, because you've been modeling naman for mga school events. Why don't we try to get paid? So that's where everything started for me. So going back to answer your main question, was this something that I really wanted to do? No, because it's just happened in life. And I feel like this story can inspire a lot of people na parang sometimes in life, you have this thing planned your whole life, but something can just change drastically 180 degrees. And it's up to you whether or not you want to embrace it, whether or not you want to accept it, or you want to reject it and turn it away and push it away. So for me, I embraced it. I just decided that, you know what, let's give it a go and see how it goes. I told myself that I was going to try this for a year, maybe 2, and see if it goes well. Tuloy-tuloy ko siya. If it doesn't work, no hard feelings, because I can always go back to it. I think the best thing about us Chinese, especially my Chinoy, is that we really have backup plans naman, which is like, for me, my backup plans go back to my family business, use my college degree, for example. Cum laude din naman ako, so baka madali lang naman makahanap ng trabaho. But you know what I mean. So it just all happened, and now I'm no longer that shy kid from school or whatever. And if you ask my friends back in high school, Richard, will he ever be someone on entertainment, on TV? No chance. But look where I am now, I guess.
Totoo naman. Actually, it's really nice to hear it from you na parang kumbaga hindi mo siya plinano pero nangyari. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
And I'm just really curious, knowing the Chinoy community, well, my parents are very supportive. How about you in your case? Are they also open, you being in the entertainment industry, quote unquote entertainment industry?
For the first 6 months, I will always remember this, where my mom was very heavily against it. In the sense that she did not see value in it. She thinks a lot of, I mean, I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm going to say that a majority back then, at least, this is around 6-7 years ago, entertainment was not something that people really look up to. It's usually the stigma is like, okay, you're not very smart, kaya you have to do entertainment in order to do all that kind of stuff. And let's be real, ganun naman din isip ng tao dati. But now, because I think after 6 months or after like a year of me doing this, my mom or even my dad also saw so much so much I don't want to say so much success, but they see that I'm doing or growing something talaga and I'm moving forward. And they were like, you know what, I'm going to wholeheartedly support you and see where it goes. And fast forward 1 year later, that's when I got into PBB. And my dad was my number one fan, I would even say. Like he really dropped a lot of his work to kind of like be the number one cheerleader kumbaga when I was inside the house. So parang, you know, dun ko na feel that, you know, I was really onto something, and that my parents have kind of turned the page na kumbaga na, hey, you know what, I'm just going to support my kid because he enjoys what he does. There is success there, kaya tuloy-tuloy lang siya. But if I didn't have success and pinipush ko pa rin siya, feeling ko wala, they'll probably pull me back out already. Which I mean, someone that I think it's something we all need. We need someone to tell you or remind you that, hey, it's not working for you. Come back, come back, come back. You can't you can't keep chasing something that is not yielding rewards naman kumbaga. I mean, that's how Chinoys are. I feel like in general we're very practical, and we know we have limits. We know, parang ganun.
Parang we know when we try. So when we tried, pero hindi talaga siya nag-work. Parang, I did my best, but I guess my bad wasn't good. Mga ganon. Ayan, sige. More chika later on. Thank you, Richard, for that, for sharing us a glimpse of how you actually started with what you are doing right now. Ngayon naman, I want to go to Nicole. I think this is the first time for me to encounter Nicole. Nung nakita ko yung pangalan niya dun sa poster, Nicole Alba, hinanap ko agad sa YouTube. And I was surprised and amazed knowing that you're only, I think, that video you have said you're 20 years old, but I think now you're 21 na, I suppose, kasi 2021 na din. And you talk comprehensively about personal finance, all these topics. How did it started? How did this channel started?
Right. You know, I'm the most, I don't know, I've been like, even for now, like it doesn't feel real and I have built this platform, especially on YouTube. And it's surprising to me that, people recognize me. Kahit nga sa chat, I was surprised na may nagsisend ng bread emojis. But siguro how it started, a lot of people like to ask it, like for everyone who's gotten bigger, what's the origin story, Because it's the most interesting talaga. But at least for me, I've always wanted to do YouTube, make a channel at least. Because I remember in 2015 in high school, like that's what we have right now. If you ask kids now, like what do they want to be when they grow up? I want a YouTuber, ganon. But at least for me, I just really like making videos that in high school. I was watching the likes of like Casey Neistat, yung mga creators before they were big, and they make videos, and na-inspire ako na, wow, you can do that. But for the most part, I didn't think I'd ever like do YouTube. Me, Nicole, YouTube. Especially pag personal finance yung pinag-usapan ko. But I guess, I remember nung high school, like when I was about to graduate, gumawa ko ng parang bucket list na, okay, mag-adulting na ako. I want to live a nice life. I'll list down the things that I want to do. And I remember writing there, I want to start a YouTube channel. At least like to try it out. I didn't really expect anything from it. And lo and behold, last year in lockdown, diba, wala naman tayong ginagawa sa bahay. I decided, you know what, I can probably start making videos now. Try ko lang. And when you're starting YouTube, di mo naman na-expect kung ano mangyayari. Like when you're posting videos on TikTok or like on YouTube, you don't really plan for it to get big. I just really I want to talk about something. I want to make videos. And what do I like talking about right now? Personal finance. Nabobore na yung mga friends ko when I talk about like investments, things like that. So I decided, you know what? I like talking about personal finance right now. I'll make videos about personal finance and see what happens. So that's just how it started. I made videos. And then after about like my third video, I realized, you know what? If I just post like 1, 2, 3 videos, nothing's gonna happen. Let's see what happens if I do it consistently. So yun lang, wala akong sinabi na gusto kong maging 1,000 subscribers or this big yung channel. Sinabi ko lang sa sarili ko, I'll be consistent. I'll do 1 video every week. And that's what I did the entire like 2020. I just posted every single week. Basta always thinking about YouTube, making videos. And I guess, it worked out. People found my content attractive because no one really talks about personal finance, especially pag younger generations. Mostly they're like a lot older, or it's a boring topic. No one really is interested. But I guess the way I did it caught people's attention, and here I am now. People know me for, the personal finance person na medyo funny. Ganun.
Yes, ang ganda nga ng approach, kumbaga, no? And at this time, or when you started pala back then, sabi mo pandemic, may maganda palang nadulot yung pandemic sa'yo. Can I just say? Oo. So, at that time, were you afraid to get started with it? Or parang may mga hesitations pa? Kasi baka at your age, 19, 20, 21, parang hindi ito yung in na topic na pinag-uusapan.
Right. At least, yung akin, di ba palagi pag gumagawa ka ng video, may konting ka ba? But at least I was thinking, oh, wala naman manonood ng video ko. Like, no one's gonna see this. I'll just make a video for myself to prove myself na I can actually stick to the thing that I tell myself I'm gonna do. Yun lang. But then when I started seeing people na, nag 100 views na siya, 300 views, as people are commenting na, hindi ko friends. I actually didn't tell my parents that I was posting YouTube videos until I hit 1,000 subscribers. Kasi di ko naman tutuloy, nakakahiya lang. Like, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, I make few videos, tapos wala na. Parang, so I waited until I achieved something, like 1,000 subscribers na. That's when I told my parents na, I have this YouTube thing, I have 1,000 subscribers na. Tada!
Nicole, a doctor friend of mine who's a cardiologist, very successful, just messaged me and says he watches your videos and you're entertaining now. And this is a 40-plus-year-old successful cardiologist.
Wow!
That's so surprising to me because I just, gawa lang ako ng video. Like, I didn't even plan my videos before. Like, literally, I put my phone up. I just talk. Bahala na, I don't even have a script. Tapos, sa edit ko na lang i-piece together. Like, if you watch my first few videos, parang ang bilis-bilis niya. And walang flow. But yeah, at least as you continue making more videos naman, mas nagigets mo what works. Paano yung formatting. And so surprised nga ako because I thought that people who would be attracted to my content would be my age. People look like me. But I remember may nag-comment sa akin na, oh, I'm 63 years old. I watch your video. Sabi ko, what? May lola na nanonood.
Wow! Okay, so yung reach talaga, no? Hindi mo na-expect minsan na akala mo ganito yung target market or yung manunood ng videos mo, but you won't really know that you're already reaching out to more people than you expected.
Right.
Alright, so of course, from YouTube, let me jump into TikTok. At nung nag-start din ako sa TikTok journey ko, actually, thank you, Nicole, for reminding me to be consistent. And I gotta go back to doing my TikTok videos. Medyo natigil ako, no? Pero yung isa dito, parang hindi siya natigil. And that's the reason why he is already one of the most followed TikTok influencer, should I say, or TikTok personality. So, Adi, tell us about how you started. Why TikTok? Yes, why TikTok?
Why TikTok? Okay, so kasi for me, medyo halo ng story ni Richard and Nicole. More like we have the same culture at home na yung when you're a social media or when you post TikTok or when you want to go to the entertainment industry, it's really frowned upon. So I just did this actually kasi TikTok is not that famous yet that time. So no one will see. Not even my parents, not even my friends. Kasi I'm kind of ashamed pa dati na parang, oh, TikTok is so judgment. Or like, it's so like pambata, pero like it's so fun. So I really wanted to do it without anyone knowing. And then actually my account was in private muna for like the first 2 weeks. And then sabi lang ng friend ko, your videos are actually nice. Why not just try to make it public? And then when I made it public, after 2 days, I hit my first 10K. And then I was like, why do people like me? Sobrang walang kwenta yung content ko. I was just like dancing, dubbing, and like being stupid on camera. So actually, I can say na parang this is all just luck on my end. I did not want this. I did not want anyone to see it. But then again, there's this inner passion of going into the entertainment industry since I was a kid. Pero I stopped it nga kasi it's frowned upon and ayaw ng parents ko. And that's why I went to LaSalle, took up business management, went to different corporate settings, but I wasn't really happy until I found TikTok and I gained my audience. And yun na, now I'm here, tuloy-tuloy, trying to enter the showbiz industry also. So TikTok opened a lot of opportunities for me and I'm happy I started it with just pure boredom.
So may pinapuntahan din, no, na a little more serious, ika nga nila, no? And what was the transition like when you were first doing it hanggang ngayon na you're taking it a little more seriously? Paano yung parang pinaka-turning point?
Actually, mas chill na ako now. Before, when I hit my first 10K, yun yung talagang, I don't know, social media takes a toll on your mental health, on your personality. Like before, likes, comments, followers don't matter to me. Now, when I hit my first 100K and then it started slowing down, I got super crazy. Like, what the hell? What am I doing wrong? Bakit yung videos ko hindi na siya umaabot ng 100K views in one day? And then I started overthinking and like waking up sad, sleeping sad. So you experience that nung first, and yun yung pinaka-hardest turning point sa akin until masanay ka na lang na parang chill na lang ako na parang no pressure. I just want to do what I want to do. If meron akong energy to film, then go. If wala, no pressure. Kasi sobrang number one mong kalaban when in social media, mental health talaga. So yun yung pinaka nahirapan ako at first.
I understand. Can I just quickly ask about how do you handle bashers? I'm sure hindi yan nawawala, di ba? It's normal. Whatever
Yes.
platform you want to go to, meron talaga yan eh. Iba pa sa TikTok. Even ako, some of my videos also get that. Sometimes trolls lang sila. Pero how do you handle it?
Ako, as I've said, like dati, I always say this na parang learn the art of deadma. As in pusong bato. When you're in social media, lahat talaga dapat dinededma mo. Kasi dun ako first na na-affect eh. Na parang, oh my God, why do people hate me? I got canceled on Twitter thrice. I got canceled on Facebook twice. I don't know why. I didn't do anything. They just hate me and my lifestyle. So, I started doing Konyo contents before. Yun yung boom ko eh. Yun yung start ng boom ko. Kasi I'm from DLSU. So, I kind of made satire contents, like super OA contents of like, oh my God, dude, sorry, yung mga ganun konyo. So people brought that to different platforms and started hating me. Because why am I involving money now? Why am I involving wealth? It's very elitist and very out of touch. And they're basically bashing me and my family. Continue doing that now. Dapat sobrang laki na ng konyo universe ko. Pero I stopped it because of bashers. So after that, I realized the art of dead pa talaga. You hate me? Okay. You love me? Thank you. Parang just block me. Hindi na ako nagpapa-affect as much as I can.
Wow, thank you for that. No, helpful to para sa mga ibang tao na siguro na-depress when it comes to whatever comments that they see online. Some can just be a keyboard warrior, no? Dahil malakas lang loob nila kasi hindi naman sila nasa harap mo. Well, thank you for that. But now, knowing where these people started, I want to go into the topic of using their voices as an influence. Okay, so this first question for the topic number 2 would be for Richard and Addy. So you guys are already content creators in your respective channels. So can you guys walk us through the creative spaces and the thought process? Or let's say, how do you plan for a vlog? How do you plan for your contents? And how do you use these contents to have a positive impact sa mga viewers niyo? Richard, you want to go first?
Oh, wow. This is a tough question because I think, as some of you guys may know, I'm also the CEO and founder for my own production company, which is 28 Squared Studios. And it takes up a lot of my time, to be very honest. Kaya medyo yung content side of things, I realize I don't plan anymore. I will dedicate time in a sense where what I feel like is what I'm feeling na parang, oh, nakita ko this is trendy. Oh, I think this is fun. Like, I feel like for me, creating content, it should be something that's fun. Like, it should not really be treated as work in a way. And people can feel it when you're treating it too much like it's work talaga. And I feel like a lot of stuff that I do, for example, kasi besides being, besides my company, I also do some TV stuff. I'm hosting for this season's PBB again. So that will again take up a lot of my time. So the creating content side of things, it's more of like my escape, kumbaga, from the different types of jobs I'm actually also doing. And at the same time, like a lot of the TikTok videos that I do, for example, are very language orientated or about the languages that I speak. And it's something that I find fun, that I like to share with people, and hence why I keep producing it. So a lot of the things, if you guys also see my videos, a lot of stuff are more relatable stuff na pansin ko, oh my God, bigla ko na isip ko, hey, you know what? I think this is a funny video kasi like it's relatable to a lot of people. It's relatable to people who are, sometimes if you see my videos, something that it's about love, sometimes it's about culture, sometimes it's about being Asian. So ultimately, a lot of the things that I do is really more about whatever na-inspire lang sa akin in that moment. I will jot it down, and then siguro I'll find time to shoot it, and then I'll upload it. Sometimes, to be honest, I mean, but the thing is for me is I know there are people out there who say that, you know what, post ka lang ng post ka lang post, something will go viral or whatever. For me, like for me, I like to put out creative and quality content. I mean, if you look at my drafts, I have like 62 drafts in my TikTok because they didn't get approved from what I feel is not enough quality, kumbaga. I guess to summarize everything that I just said there, it's really more of me being me and me finding things funny that I want to share, but at the same time also inspirational sana. But I think the one that I really curate is definitely my podcast, where it's called Your Dose of Inspiration, where I really talk to a lot of people from all around the world who has created something or has done, made an impact in whatever field that they do. And I was very blessed to have my very first episode na si Miss Lea Salonga. Tapos I had a CEO of a Korean entertainment company also for an episode. So parang that's the one that I really curate and try to plan out, because that is to really be out there to inspire people. So parang dapat maganda talaga yung kwento. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Ang dami kong sinabi.
Yes, we get that. Pero siguro as a follower of yours as well, siguro ang daming platform. You are on YouTube, you are on TikTok, on podcast. How do you manage all of these? Nagkakaroon ka ba ng challenges na parang do I put out all the same content in all these different platforms, or may specific content ka for a specific platform? Before I go to Adi.
So if you look at the stuff that I do, I don't share everything everywhere. I think there are content that is only bagay for certain platforms. For example, like a lot of TikTok videos I do, I still share also on Facebook because it works there. And I know, for example, sa Twitter naman, yung mga tinitweet ko minsan medyo borderline political masyado, na alam ko na sa ibang platforms it wouldn't work, so I don't do that naman din. So there are, I don't know, I guess my suggestion would be you really have to know what platform works for what type of content. And me, I mean, again, I'm someone that is I'm a very, very curious person. I like to learn a lot. So I also like to share what I learn with other people. So that's the reason why I'm on all platforms, because I know that there's different sides of me that you would want to see. So not everyone on TikTok that follows me is also following me on Instagram, for example, because on Instagram, people see the more curated photos and all that, and travel related. And so I mean, I feel like that's what makes Richard Juan work, in a sense that because I'm like jack of all trades, in a sense that everyone gets a piece of me from different platforms. And unlike Nicole or maybe Sir Carl or maybe even Adi here, they all have a certain niche, kumbaga, and me is just me being me, in a sense, medyo makalat. So here's me exploring the world with different information. So follow me on whatever platform you find interesting, that I produce that kind of funny content or interesting content for you. So yun.
So yun, grabe. No? Pero I can just say, with you being in different platforms, that gives you so much time management, yung energy mo, no, to really come up with different contents for whichever content na mag-work siya. But
that's why I only sleep 6 hours a day, because hey, we're all still young. I mean, Sir Carl said kanina, easily double the age ni Nicole and Adi, pero hindi ako. So guys, medyo na-hurt ako konti dyan. Pero joke lang.
Mamaya na tayo mag-reveal ng mga age. Baka may mag-comment kasi ng age reveal. No? Usually,
walang age reveal dito. Walang age reveal.
Walang age reveal daw.
Okay. But how about you, Adi? How do you plan your contents? Saan ka kumukuha ng inspiration? Do you still plan it up until now?
It was different from way before than now. Talaga. Dati talaga meron pa akong list of content that I will shoot in one day. I mean, like in one weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna shoot everything, like 20 videos, and then I'm gonna post it every day ng weekday. Kasi meron akong work, meron akong day job, so I can't film videos in the middle of the week. So yung content ko before was all planned and very strategic. It's all very curated before, kasi I'm still growing my platform. Pero once na umabot na ako dun sa part na parang, I'm satisfied na. Or like, I'm okay with what I have. I just want to maintain it. I don't want to grow it further pa. Very chill na lang din ako ngayon. Kasi, taking care of myself, taking care of mental health. I just post whenever I want to, and whatever goes. Hindi na ako yung super iniisip na parang, will this Di patok. Will this be viral tomorrow? Parang for now, even if I have hundreds of thousands of followers, kahit na hindi mag 10K yung video ko, okay lang. Like, as long as meron pa rin ako mga loyal supporters, meron pa rin ako mga loyal audience. So, I don't plan it anymore right now. Parang I just do daily vlogs. I just show my day and people like it. So, I'm like, oh, okay. So, it's kind of becoming more real and authentic rather than before na puro skits and dubbing na parang, oh, it's not Adi. Pero now, I'm showing more of me and I hope people still love it. Ayun.
So parang a day in a life, no? Parang ganon. Tapos sometimes you do some little
Yun na nga
dances
yun yung
with
peg ko.
Tia, mga ganon. Oh, nakakatuwa
Yeah.
naman to really see na nag-evolve, no? From the time that you were planning out your contents. Parang nag-gets ko yung point mo na you wanna schedule it out on Saturday, Sunday because you have a corporate job on a weekday. And you try to release it kasi nga kailangan consistent ka, no? Sa'yo ba it worked for you before that you were
Yeah.
consistent in putting out your videos every single day?
Yes. Yes, actually yun yung secret dati And last year's TikTok, the secret was actually to put out 5 to 9 videos a day. So that's what I do. I put out 9 to 10 videos every day. So I grew exponentially in like a month. I gained 100K followers in like 1 month. I started May. By June, July, I am on my way to 500K followers. Kasi talagang super ko siyang plinan, strategy, everyday 9 videos, consistent, same niche, yung Konyo content ko before. So talagang people, each swipe mo, it's me, it's Adi. So you can't escape me before in TikTok app. As in talagang, it's all Adi there. Pero yun na nga, once I became more stable, parang sabi ko, okay, I think it's time to change it up and make it more authentic. Kasi then again, people who are viewing on TikTok, they change too. Ayaw na nila ng mga curated content. They want a day in the life. They want more authentic content. So I have to adapt to what the audience want to. So yeah.
Yeah, so picking up from what you said, I think it's more of the authenticity that people also appreciate nowadays.
Yes.
And I can also attest to that. I mean, coming from, let's say, doing commercials. So dati kasi parang yung idea mo about commercial model, kailangan desay, ganyan. Or kailangan sobrang prim and proper, di ba? But now, every look, whether you have a white complexion, you have a morena complexion, may papwestohan, no? The authenticity and being relatable, kumbaga. Thank you for that, Adi.
Exactly.
Now naman, for Sir Carl and Nicole, eto, I think lahat tayo makikinig talaga kasi finance, di ba? Investment, yung ating pag-uusapan. So, knowing about personal finance and property management for Sir Carl, topics that some are not really so familiar with or not really so interested about, unless nasa adulting stage na, no? How do you guys prepare for these topics and deal with those who may not be non-experts in the field? How do you make it easy for us to understand it?
I think, Mary Grace, people think graduate from St. Jude are smart, no? But there are outliers like me, mga pasang-awa. So I barely survived graduating from St. Jude, and somehow I like my teachers, the teachers who are simple. They are the ones who are memorable to me. Yung parang they can make things simple. So my mantra is, whenever I go to a seminar or webinar, my goal is not to make it sound nosebleed, not to make you guys nosebleed. Laging sinisimplify ko. So plugging lang, no, guys, I have a 10-week real estate workshop every Saturday, 10-week. The search for it's a Facebook, Carl D 10-week workshop, and it's all simplifying the whole real estate game. So that's my parang strategy, and I think my target audience is siguro yung mga medyo nakakaipon na konti. But I also talk about how to make money from real estate without having money. You know, just like example, you have an extra room in your house or use your garage and put mga fishbowl stand there and be a landlord in your garahe. Parang ganon.
All Alright. And how about when it comes to doing contents? Kasi ang lawak din no nung coverage of the topic. How do you like plan, okay, first part ganito yung i-share ko, then second it will be like this up until halos ma-share mo na, and paano ka hindi nauubusan ng content, Sir
Yeah.
Carl?
You know, I realized as I do the TikTok, I realized na the TikTok is a younger market eh. So medyo broad. I get more likes like sila Adi saying, I get more likes pag yung mga general life inspirational principles. So what I do is I cycle it. You have the general life inspiring, and then I will do a specific to property na topic. And then number 3, sometimes I would do mga success or life lessons, success principles. So I cycle those 3 and kind of reach out to the audience.
So kumbaga parang may pattern. Did I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that? May pattern. How about you, Nicole? Ayan, coming from you naman na doing contents on YouTube and you're still a student, how do you come up with these contents about finance?
Right. So I think medyo nagbabago na yung the way I think about content. Kanina, Adi was like saying he's more chill now. It's not that I'm more chill now, but then I kind of like prove to myself that I did something on YouTube now. I'm not like successful or anything, but you know, like being able to grow a platform now at this scale, it's crazy to me. I didn't think it would ever be possible. At least for me, how I plan my content. At the start, I don't know also how I did it. I was like a machine. Like, because I was so like I really wanted to see if I could make something happen. So parang talagang last year, like I started my channel kasi last year, May. And from that point, talagang I told myself, until December, every week kailangan may ma-post ako. So like everything, like all my entire life just focused about thinking about YouTube. Ano na ba? Can I make content about this? Ito, may naisip ako, I'm talking about something with my friend. Can I make this into a YouTube video? And because it's personal finance, like it's not like a conscious effort that I want to talk about personal finance. It just happened to be one of the things I was like interested in talking about. And hindi rin ako like, how do I simplify this? I-dumb down ko yung sinasabi ko. I'm just like sharing it the way I understand it. Because even my course, I'm not like, yeah, I talk about personal finance. Pero yung course, political science, tapos wala talagang finance background, so to speak. But people assume na, are you from accounting? Are you from business management? So the way, I think that's like a pro for me, because the way I understood the things that I talk about on my channel is really from experience. This is really like, okay, stocks, ganito siya, with baskets, like the diversification. Ganun. I just say it the way I understand it, and I think that's helpful to people. And for me, kahit ako na-worry ako, like, when I plan my content, should I put more thought into it? But apparently people like my approach na when they watch my videos, it feels authentic because it looks like I'm also struggling. I don't know what I'm doing. Na hindi ako parang super expert, hindi ako from a business course, hindi ako like financial advisor or what. But I still am able to talk about this. I know about these things. So it gives them hope na kahit ako hindi ako finance expert, hindi ako magaling sa math or anything like that, I can still manage my money. So parang they're making me that example.
Wow, that's very interesting, no? Kasi sometimes you're afraid to put content out there kapag feeling mo hindi ka talaga expert about it. Because you're afraid you might really tell others about.
For sure. That's like something I've been worrying about talaga. Like at the start, I'm like, yeah, I medyo careless pa ako. Like, I share it and then I edit the video. I didn't think too much about it. But once I realized that people were actually listening to what I was saying na, download mo itong app na to, or ganito, and this is what I do. People actually do it. Kaya there was a point talaga when I was like growing really fast, because relatively fast yung growth ko sa YouTube. People take years before they hit like their first thousands of subscribers, or maybe even 100,000. But for me, it happened in less than a year. So I started May, I hit my 100,000 subscribers this Feb. So like that's less than a year. And now I'm like at 300,000. So parang, I can't process it. This is happening so fast. But yeah, once I felt that, there's so many people watching me now, they're listening to me talk about finance, and they might probably do the things that I'm saying. I need to be like, I feel like a big responsibility. Because it's finance. Like people are actually like their life savings. They're looking to me to make decisions about it. So at least right now, that's a lot of pressure. I don't know. Let's say people message me like, "Can you talk about crypto? Can you talk about this? Can you talk about property?" But I'm also still figuring it out. But yeah, right now I'm making a more conscious effort. I got known for personal finance, but that's not me. I don't identify as a finance guru din. I just like
Nicole, let's do a collaboration for property questions.
yes, like, I would have so many questions also. But like I don't know anything about this, but people ask me about it. So I don't, at least ako, yung the things I talk about is something I've had some certain experience with. Like, yeah, I know this bank, I know how it works, but I never talk about something na wala pa akong nagalaw. Even though there are brands nga that contacting me, can you talk about this? No, I can't. Mm-mm.
Understand. And it's really also an eye opener, no, na when you do contents, it does not necessarily mean na kailangan sobrang expert ka na doon bago mo yun gagawin, no? Because how can you start? Pero Nicola, I just have a quick question. Since sabi mo nga you have this a little more responsibility because of the growth ng account mo, no? And you know, it's also a serious thing kahit your approach is a little fun, on a fun side. Do you also look for mentors or parang coaches to help you out with what you are going to share on your channel?
Right. So I don't look to a specific person. At least I think right now I need to. If I talk about things that medyo hindi ako familiar. Kasi for the most part, the videos I've been producing are the ones na I've spent like from when I turned 18 kasi that's when I got interested in personal finance. So 18 to 20, may 2 to 3 years. Medyo nakakabisado ko na siya. I track my expenses na gano'n. These are the basics. But if I want to talk about more complex topics, probably I'll ask like people like Aya Carl, like how do I talk about this? How do I break it down? Kasi talaga, it's a big responsibility to talk about these things. And yeah, wala, it's also new. I don't know what I'm doing. But apparently I have this platform na. Like, it's here now. Now I have the responsibility. So I have to make it work then.
Grabe, no? Very inspiring. Kasi ikaw hindi mo plinan, hindi mo naman, sabi mo, you don't know what you're doing, but you have this platform and people are following you. Yung iba, sobra kong magplano, sobrang inaral, diba? It took them years, really. But you're blessed to have this platform with you. And siguro to wrap up this second part or second topic, in this world with its current state that we want to encourage action, get people to be more passionate about what they do. How do you see using these platforms and your craft as being relevant? No, especially in this time of pandemic, paano siya nagiging relevant and paano naging relevant yung mga contents nyo? Anybody can answer.
Oh, I'll go first. I just want to inspire all the viewers right now na, you know, whatever you're passionate about, it can be content, 'di ba? Don't parang parang follow what is there in YouTube. You can be creative. Right now, I know I watch people who are yung work nila are truck drivers, 'di ba? A day in the life of a truck driver, a day in the life of a factory worker in Japan, a day in the life of somebody who bakes. 'Di ba even sa TikTok meron yung somebody who works in Subway and he has a lot of subscribers. So to all the attendees here, you know, don't worry, whatever you are doing, yung sabi nga nila Adi and Richard, as long as you're authentic, it's your real you, go for it. In fact, 'di ba mas popular pa nga right now yung mga raw and uncurated like what Adi also mentioned and Richard. So yeah, I would love to see all the attendees here to have their own channel someday.
Nako, dadami na yung mga TikTokers, no?
Yeah.
At saka YouTubers. Ayan, after this, we have around, let's say, 60 new TikTokers and YouTubers. How about Richard, Adi? Do you want to add on to this one? How do you see yourselves relevant, especially during this time?
I get for me, to echo what I said earlier more, I guess the funny thing for me is I don't try to...
Is it me?
Oh.
Are you okay, Adi? Frozen ka, Adi.
yung connection ni Adi ata. Okay. Go proceed, Richard.
Yeah. So for me, I guess just to echo what I was saying earlier now, because for me, I feel like I don't intend to try to become relevant. Like just to echo what Sir Carl said earlier, then it's really more of being authentic you. Whatever you do about you, there is going to be someone that's watching that can be that would find it interesting, rather not watching Big Brother tuloy yan or mga CIA yata. But there will be someone that will be interested in whatever you do. Like as in, you know, at the end of the day, I think we should all just be having fun and creating content that you want to create. Like, don't do it for the fame. Don't do it because you want to be sikat. Don't think that this is an easy job, you know? Don't think that this is quote unquote easy money. This is a lot of work in a sense that this was me siguro before pandemic, parang like before if I even have my company at 28 Square Studios, all I think about is, oh my God, lahat na ginagawa ko, pwede ko siya i-content. Ay, gusto ko mag-vlog nito while I'm talking to my friend. But it takes away the real sense of of connecting with people. And for example, I got to meet I'm not sure you guys know this, si Liza Koshy. Liza Koshy is a very big YouTuber from the States and all that. She used to be the ex of David Dobrik, parang ganun. I met her. I got a chance to technically vlog about our conversation, but I was like, hey, you know what? I want to put down my camera and have an actual conversation with you. And I think the point I'm trying to make here is there's too many people who are out there wants to vlog every single aspect of their life because they feel like this is how they can become famous, they can be relevant, but you taking away the real sense of being humans, of being connecting with people and all that. So I think to answer the question, how to I guess stay relevant in this time, honestly, it's really just you showing people fun and don't put too much time in terms of na lahat na ginagawa mo sa buhay kailangan siya content. Hindi ganun eh. Pwede naman na, you know, something can be content, something can just be between you and your friends, you know? So yun, just be you. Really just be you. But if you're someone that's extremely boring, well, I guess there's other careers out there, to be honest. I'm just being real here, guys. I'm just being real. Like I said, being authentic here. I'm not going to lie to you and say that everyone can be content creators, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, we all just want to be you, want to be happy. So let's chase happiness instead of chasing followers.
Aw, that's, ay, grabe yung statement of the day. Let's chase happiness, not followers. That's so true, no? Kasi
I totally agree also.
Ayan, since nag-agree ka na, Adi, and you're back, I think medyo nakabalik ka naman.
Yes.
Ikaw naman, how do you see yourself being relevant, especially during this time?
Ako kasi, as a person talaga, as in naturally, marami akong pinaglalaban sa buhay. I mean, like, I'm not a quiet kid. I'm very maingay, I'm very active, I'm very vivo. Like, I call out people. That's not my thing, pero I tend to do that, especially on social media. So, in terms of staying relevant, in my perspective, kasi that's how I stay relevant. Pero on the more positive side, you have to do something new every day. Hindi ka pwedeng si Adi as Adi lang. People have to see something new with you, like new experience. Like example, you going to, I don't know, hiking, you jumping off a plane, you cooking new recipes or something like that. It can't be just paulit-ulit. Kasi, yun na nga, people are looking for realness, authenticity, but at the same time, people are also looking for excitement that they don't have in their lives, that they can also feel through you. So you, as a content creator, if you really want to push this, you have to find for ways how to stay relevant, how to stay exciting, how to make your life very wantable. like people want to be you, parang ganon. So I think that's how I see, or how I need to stay relevant in the future.
Aspirational. I think that's the word you're looking for.
Yes, being
Yun.
aspirational.
Aspirational.
Totoo, no? Kasi parang kung hindi ko siya kayang gawin in myself right now, like to myself, or experience it right now, I can see it, Richard doing it, Adi doing it, or Nicole or Sir Carl doing it. Maybe next time, yun yung magiging parang goal ko in life, no? And technically, you guys can already influence them to have this goal in the future, to touch their lives. Sometimes really won't know, no? Baka nakakatawa din when sabi nga ni Nicole, listening from or reading some comments from her followers na they do what she says. So parang pag sinabi mo, pag-download ka, yung influence yun napakalakas na yan. The power of your voice is definitely way beyond what you can expect. Okay, ngayon,
I just whenever I can just add about the social media staying relevant. Sometimes social media distorts so many things. Like, oh yeah, we're looking at followers, how many viewers, how many likes, ganon, like who, ano yung reach. Like sometimes the algorithm can also be like a black hole. Na, is my YouTube gonna be pushed? Is my video gonna be pushed out by the algorithm? But at the end of the day, it's about a connection. Like every single view or every single like, there's like a person at the end of it. Like it's not just like automatic you post the video, tapos akit na yung views mo. No, there's like a single person watching it and then they found it worthwhile in their time. So at least for my content also, when I make it, like I don't think about like oh, sana mag 5,000 views to or like 10,000 views. No, I think about it in the sense na, okay, who will watch this? Is it gonna be useful to them? If it's useful, like, regardless of all the bashers or regardless of what anyone says, as long as it helps at least one person out there, then I think it's good content naman. Social media talaga, like sometimes it's really distorting. And even for me, like the way the YouTube algorithm, like yung platform pa naman, like if you're gonna log into YouTube Studio, nakikita mo dun this is how your video did in relation relative to the other videos you posted. Kung top ba yun or like underperforming, and it makes you feel so demoralized minsan. Oh, it's not doing so well. What am I doing wrong? But at the end of the day, it's about like doing that connection. Or you have something to share, you have something to say in your video, and you put it out there. People will connect with it, and that's about it. Naman. People overcomplicate social media sometimes. Na how do you need to make this like thumbnail? How do you say it? Ganito, ano yung music? Ganun. But it's just people watching your content. You're making the content yourself. And I think, yeah, people should remember it. Na ganun siya.
Thank you for reminding us and for letting us dive into that idea as well. And siguro, yung point din na you want to make, Nicole, here is to create this community that you have. Kasi sila nga yung parang magiging core mo. Like what Adi have mentioned earlier, yung meron siyang solid followers or supporters. Kasi pag nandyan sila, okay na. Hindi mo kailangan, kumbaga, how do I say this? Quality over quantity? Parang
and to share, no, like
I mean,
this...
quantity over quality. Quantity over quality over quantity, rather.
and also to share, no, kahit ako, itong community, katawa nga, like, there are people commenting this bread emoji. Ako, I have a Discord server kasi, and during the early days, yung marami pa talaga on time, I would spend like every Saturday kakausapin ko. There are people who like watch my videos. Like I get to know them talaga. Some of them are students, some of them are like engineers. But I get to talk to them because it makes the views feel more real. Like there's a face and there's like a person behind it. Because sometimes you don't know who's watching your videos. 1,000 views, it doesn't look that big. But 1,000 people is so many. Like if you think about
that
it.
is so true. I mean, like if you think about it, like if a photo gets like 8,000, no, let's say 10,000 likes, that is the whole MOA arena na. Can you imagine the whole MOA arena, you know, of people liking your photo? That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
exactly. It's so amazing, no?
It's
so
just
Put
like,
it in that perspective, it's completely different. Like it changes your mind view. I mean, imagine a TikTok video gets like what 500,000 views. That is literally 50 MOA arenas of people that have seen your video.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Paano pa yung mga 3 million views, 5 million views? It's like,
diba?
What, a whole city or like a whole whatever has seen your video?
Yeah,
Well,
like I think
we're when you see it on your screen, it looks so small. So yun
like
yung
you're
problem
so desensitized
na.
na.
Yeah, yun na.
Yeah, yun nga.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, go on, guys. Sorry.
Go on.
Sobrang hooked tayo sa discussion, no? Pero totoo kasi naman, kung iisipin mo, parang before, if there's no social media, you have to really come up to a person and then let her know or him know what you feel, di ba? Pero ngayon, ang bilis nung reach or yung ways on how we can connect with them. And building that relationship, and nakakatuwang marinig from Nicole that you really have this face of who watches your videos. And can I just share, ako, I host for Shopee. I know, Adi, you worked with Shopee before. Ako, I host for Shopee Live. And then I will come out and then people will say, ikaw ba yung nasa Shopee Live? I'm like, oh my God, may Shopee fam na nandito sa harap ko. So parang, di ba? Kasi puro comments lang yung makikita mo and then there's a face that who recognizes you. So nakakatuwa din. Pero bago pa ako carried away bilang ako yung moderator at hindi po ako panelist. I wanna go into this third topic, which is learnings, tips, and advice. So coming from you guys, you have been in the industry for quite some time, or maybe you guys have only started, pero napakalaki na yung influence niyo and the voice, the power of your voice. So what do you want to share or tell people, especially those who are watching today, on how they can maybe take away that hesitation to really bring out their voice, to do what they want to do, and to explore these kinds of media? Sir Carl?
Oh, okay. Advice to all the viewers out there, you know, if you're on the sidelines wanting to create content and you're medyo, you know, thinking twice, hesitating, don't worry about making a mistake. Sabi nga ni Nicole and nila Richard, you know, just be vulnerable, show your true self, diba? And I think TikTok is an easier what do you call that, venue or app to begin with. Kasi TikTok can be just raw eh. And you can just talk about something. Basta be original. Kumbaga, ano talaga yung hilig mo? If you like to bake, to cook, you have a hobby. Di ba there are some people who just cuts or folds paper and it becomes a TikTok viral video. So just do it. Siguro I'm gonna also pattern Richard and make a quotable quote. You do not have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Quotable quote of the day. So you just have to get started with it, no? Kasi pag inantay mo, parang wala namang magsisimula. Kailan pa, di ba?
Exactly.
Yeah, kailan pa? This is the time. The best time is now. Parang gano'n.
Exactly.
Thank you, Aya Carl, for that. And how about, maybe you want to add into what about talking about the topic that you share? Let's say somebody is also interested about properties. They also have idea about it. Tapos nahiya sila to really speak out about it. Ano yung share mo sa kanila? Or
Okay.
advice?
Ito. If nahihiya kayo because you feel na maybe you're not yet good enough or your experience is not deep enough, you can start by sharing your journey. Okay, like what Nicole is saying. I'm not familiar about this topic, so I'm gonna learn it and I'm gonna vlog my journey of learning it. So you involve them. Richard is agreeing. So parang you can start there, and people love vulnerability. You don't have to be great eh. Diba? Yung just be real and say, paano ba to? Let me learn. Let me call Miss Nicole Alba for advice. And that becomes a vlog already.
That's right. So kumbaga yung sharing of experience, no, dun magsa-start before, kasi kung hindi mo naman na-experience yun, hindi mo rin makukwento sa iba.
Exactly.
Like what Nicole was sharing. Thank you, Sir Carl, for that. We'll go next. Richard.
Nakamute ako. Okay. Sorry, what was the question again?
Your advice, or maybe what do you want to tell those who want to get started pero naka-hold back pa rin sila, no?
Well, I guess I'll take another approach to this question naman din, in a way that I want you guys to ask yourself the question on why do you want to do this? I think that's the first thing you have to know on why you're doing this. Are you doing this because you want to be famous? Are you doing this because you think that this is easy money? Why are you doing this in a sense that, is this because are you actually passionate about creating a certain content about a certain topic? Like, if your answer is the first two is want fame and you want to be famous and you think this is an easy job, then this is not for you, honestly. Like, it's really something that, because there are just so many people out there who are always portraying the best part or the best side of their lives. That does not necessarily mean it's real. So if you're out there, you just want to be famous, you want to do that, I suggest try to find something else to be rich and famous with. Gawa ka ng scandal or whatever, kung gusto mo sumikat lang, Like, at the end of the day, it's really the question on why you're doing it for me. And for me, why I'm doing it, I'm just enjoying. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I like what I'm doing. I like to share what I'm doing. And there's an audience that does this. And honestly, if one day they leave, they don't watch me anymore, I'm okay with it. I can still survive. I can still do other things because I'm enjoying the things that I'm doing and I'm just documenting what I'm doing. So that's the most important thing. You find your own niche on do what you like to do, then maybe document it. But if you're doing it just because you want fame, then just find something else.
Real talk? Hashtag real talk.
Yeah, mas real talk ako dito sa itong sagot.
Richard stole my answer. That is my answer. That is really my answer kasi I actually only have two advice. Well, now, Richard stole the first one. So, one na lang. Kasi, yung first kong advice dito talaga, actually, same, find your reason. Kasi if your reason is fame or money, 100% hindi ka magsasucceed. Sobrang dami kong na-meet or sobrang dami kong content creator na nakausap na hindi man lang fame or money that cross their mind when they enter this industry. It's really their passion. It's their purpose. It's what makes them happy talaga. And there are a lot of people actually messaging me on Instagram na parang how to be famous. Siguro sobrang daming pera mo na ngayon. Parang sabi ko, no. In my head right now, I'm still no one. I'm not famous. I'm not even rich because of what I'm doing. But I can only say one thing. I am happy, extremely happy. than working corporate, of course, diba? So that's the number one. The number two lang siguro is never compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. Kasi as social media content creators talaga, you tend to compare, especially sa mga basically kasabayan mo in that industry. Na parang, ba't siya may projects, ba't siya puro shoots, bakit siya puro magazine covers? Ako, eto lang, TikTok lang. Pero you don't know. pero yun, people tend to compare, and that's my mistake din dati, na parang I tend to compare na bakit sabay lang kami sa TikTok pero siya nasa 2 million followers na, ako nasa 700k pa lang. Eh, yung pala, 2018 pa siya nag-start mag-TikTok. Ako, 2020 lang. So, di ba, sobrang haba na ng journey niya. Ako, sobrang ikli pa lang, pero I tend to compare na dapat ako pa rin yung best. So yun, never compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. We have our own thing going.
Well, that's true. You have your own niche, your own platform, your own followers. Kaya naman, actually, hindi lang sa TikTok, no, in all aspects of life, when you start comparing, dun ka madidisrupt. Kasi, syempre, masabi mo, bakit siya ganito, bakit ikaw ganyan? But basically, we have our own road and path to travel. How about you, Nicole?
Ang hirap talaga pag last nag-answer kasi kinukuha na yung mga answer. But I guess I wholeheartedly agree with everything that everyone said na. But siguro, like, yeah, you already know na, yeah, this is really something I want to do. I want to make content about the things I want to talk about. But then you're still scared, no? There's still something holding you back. There's this like book talaga I really like, or like an author, no? Si Tim Ferriss, you guys are like familiar with him. He has this thing that he tells you to do fear setting. Like we all know goal setting. Yeah, we list down the goals that we want to achieve, and then we work towards that. But then he tells this like exercise to parang fear set nga. Like you identify your fears. Ba't ka ba natatakot in the first place? Kasi if you don't know why you're scared ka lang. If you don't know what you're dealing with, then how will you deal with it? No? How do you plan for it? But yeah, okay naman if your intention is good natured, you just want to make videos for fun or wala namang ill intent. It's not for the money, it's not for the fame. Now that you like parang finding ways to like get over that fear na like fear setting, identify it first. Ba't ka natakot? Is it because you're scared na people will hate you? Is it because you're scared na you might say the wrong thing? Because like if you really want it, it will overpower all of the reasons you have for not. If you really want something to happen, there's so many reasons to do it. It will overpower everything that will tell you to do no. But if your fear is stronger, then I guess it's not for you. Like okay, maybe you find something else. Maybe it's really not. But yeah, that's just something that I want to share. But definitely agree. Nah, you have to do it for the right reasons. Then, especially for me, I didn't think that this was ever possible. Now it has opened a lot of opportunities for me, like being on YouTube. Also, I've talked to so many people, like so many interesting people. I've learned so much in just a short span of time. But a lot of these things, if you go in it with the wrong intention pa, like you go in it with this super high expectation and it doesn't happen for you, then wala lang, malungkot. But if you go and go into it, sabi nga ni Richard kanina, I'll try it. If people like it, then that's great. Pero fear setting.
You sounded not your age, Nicole. Can I just say that? Very, very yung in thinking, no, very mature, I would say. And yung parang you don't sound like a student, which is really nice because now you see na yung mga students ngayon, ang laki nung kanilang how do I say? Yung kanilang pwedeng puntahan pa in the future, no, coming from you as a student. Yung potential, that's what I want to say. And here, let me just look into this last question. Maybe I can just have two of you to answer. Considering the media is accessible to more people nowadays, thanks to our smartphones, those tablets, do you think anyone can use them to find their own voice in today's world? Pang beauty queen.
I will try to answer it, Mary Grace, but please don't comment na I don't sound my age kasi nakakaya naman. You don't sound mature enough. Of course, yes. You use all the medias to further improve yourself. Just like what Adi and Richard mentioned and Nicole, it's not a race against other people. It's against yourself, self-improvement. Is this the last? I have an ending statement. Is this the last question?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so my advice lang to everybody who's listening is two advice. I got it from my mentor Josiah Go. Number one, keep moving forward. That's it. Very powerful. How many words yun? Keep moving. 3 words. Keep moving forward. And another, 4 words. Be better than before. There you go.
Keep moving forward and be better than before. I think that's
Yes.
already the best way for us to wrap things up for all of us. Well, thank you so much once again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a virtual round of applause to our panelists for today. We have Sir Carl D. We also have Mr. Richard Juan, Mr. Adi Kotoko, and Miss Nicole Alba. Thank you guys. Oh, before I let you go, do you want to promote your shows, your channels as well quickly? Sir Carl, you want to go ahead?
Yes, I go. Sorry.
Adi, go ahead.
All right. So please do follow me on all my social media channels at Adi Cots. And I just released a new season of Under the Influence on Spotify, my podcast with my best friend Jay Miranda and Christopher Starr. Basically, we talk all about social media and how to be quote unquote an influencer. So yeah.
Adi, pag nag-comment ako sa social media mo, don't ghost me ah. You have to like my comment.
Of course, Anya Carl. Akong bahala sa'yo. Well.
Thank you, Adi. Next one.
All right,
Richard, go.
I'll go. Okay, so for me, guys, just follow me on my social media accounts. Also on all platforms, it's Richard Juan, RCHRDJUAN. Please do check out my podcast also, which is Your Dose of Inspiration, which is a wordplay of inspiration but Asian. And upcoming season of PBB is we're still accepting auditions. So anyone here that might want to audition, please do audition sa Kumu app din. So Sir Carl, I think may age limit na 29 ka lang naman yata, Sir Carl. Feeling ko kaya pa naman.
Yeah, I don't sound my age.
So yun, that's that. And hopefully you guys learn a thing or two. And I guess just to have my last parting word then is if not now, when?
Thank you so much, Richard. Nicole, do you wanna go next?
Yeah, all right. I think ako lang naman parang pinaka-content platform or what. You can find me on YouTube. Just search my Nicole Alba. If you like what you see, subscribe. If not, then okay na. Just watch the videos. Anything that you do, it's okay na. On Instagram, you can also follow me. Ganon. I post more raw thing there. Like it's my more real self. Like I just make stories. Like minsan, like I just say whatever is on my mind. YouTube kasi is like medyo edited. I think about it a bit more. But yeah, those are like my main platforms. If you want to join the Discord server, I have one. It's in my descriptions naman. Minsan ka-chat kita if you want. But yeah, those are my platforms.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And
Habol, don't bash me. I'm still in Facebook. Carl D-Property Guru. Facebook, but I'm catching up on TikTok. Just look for me, Carl D. And on Spotify, just search my Daddy Academy.
All right, there you have it. Once again, thank you to all our panelists for today's session. Thank you so much, guys. Always stay safe. Bye. All right, there you have it. So guys, na-enjoy niyo ba yung ating last leg of our session for today? Grabe. And definitely, I myself also enjoyed that 3 legs of Power of Our Voice. Once again, this has been your host for today. My name is Mary Grace. I hope you guys can also follow me on my social media. That is at MaryGracehu across all platforms po yan, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube as well. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule for joining us in the last part of the Power of Our Voice, making a choice on the road less traveled. This is a webinar series where we explore modern media and the opportunities it's presented to Chinoys in podcasting and other careers. This series is presented by Chinoy Podcast Network and Chinoy TV in partnership with NB10, Janetto PH, Canva, Fruits in Bloom. We also have Alliance of Filipino Chinese Students, Ateneo Celadon, De La Salle University Management of Financial Institution Association, Rodeo Club of Chinatown, Manila, St. Jude Catholic School Student Council, University of Santo Tomas Scarlett Central, and University of Santo Tomas Scarlett Accountancy. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much. This has been your host once again, Mary Grace. See you all again next time. Stay safe. Thank you.
Hey there, welcome to Rise Up with Janina Chan. I'm Janina, host and content creator, always curious to learn more from life. This podcast is one for the mind, heart, body, and soul as we share stories from real lives that draw inspiration, provide strength, and empower each other to rise up.
And I realized after that, okay, if politics is a game that leaders play, I need to learn the rules so that one day the people can win.
As soon as your body adapts, as soon as your body builds a system of habits, it'll get much easier. And the days where you don't feel like doing it, it actually becomes automatic. That's one thing that I've learned.
Hi there, I'm Mish, host of Misconceptions, the podcast that talks about the common struggles of modern day millennials and Gen Zs as we all navigate through college, enter the real world, and build our careers.
Really something that we have to face. And I think that's where growth comes from.
Yes.
If you start, because you start to question yourself and then you start to know yourself more. Diba?
Don't forget to give time for yourself. Kasi that's really the most important thing that you as a person have to.
Ito, I know it's easier said than done, but kailangan natin matutunan how to protect our rest and recovery practices intensely.
Welcome to Daddy Academy, the DIY podcast for dads. This podcast is for longtime dads, working dads, soon-to-be dads, and all the kind of dads who are just eager to hear about each other's stories, learn from each other, and relate to one another.
I think the most memorable struggle that I had was marrying my wife because not the way you think.
Kompletuhin mo yung sentence niya kasi
Yes.
So I was literally teacher, nanny, entertainer, everything you can think of. Everything basically what a mom does. Diba? I was mom.